Vladimir Kotunyov found God in 1992. The Soviet Union had collapsed, ending decades of state atheism, and religion was starting to flourish. Mr. Kotunyov, now a minister, joined this Baptist church in Stary Oskol, 300 miles south of Moscow.
It was a Friday, and it was at a prayer meeting, and I accepted Jesus Christ in my heart, and I began to live from the beginning a different life.
But his life as a Protestant in Vladimir Putin's Russia has turned harsh.
Back in '94, we were able to go to a university and ask the administration for permission to speak with people about Christ. Now, we have no access to universities, and we cannot rent a meeting hall.
Although the Russian Constitution guarantees freedom of religion, Kremlin-backed regional officials are cracking down on Protestants, who are a small minority. They are frequently demonized in the media and banned from proselytizing. Officials often do this at the request of the dominant Russian Orthodox Church. Archbishop Ioan leads the church in the Belgorod region.
There's a concept here that to be Russian in Russia means one thing, to be Russian Orthodox.
The Orthodox Church has publicly endorsed Mr. Putin, and the government has often returned the favor by suppressing Protestants so they cannot compete for worshippers. The Archbishop, however, says the Church does not go after Protestants.
In our sermons, you will never hear us trying to condemn them or say that they do anything wrong.
But in this sermon, shown repeatedly on local television, one of the Archbishop's deputies has a more intolerant message.
We deplore those who are led astray, those Jehovah's Witnesses, Baptists, Evangelicals, Pentecostals, and many others who cut Christ's robes like bandits.
Additionally, Russian Protestants are also sometimes accused of being American spies. That's because Protestant faiths have large followings in the United States.
When I have spoken with people, I can feel that they think that Americans want to influence the Russian people through believers. Can you really imagine such a thing?
Other faiths, such as Catholicism, have also come under pressure from the Orthodox Church, but none as much as Protestantism. Mikhail Odensov is a senior aide in the Office of Russia's Human Rights Commissioner, who was nominated by President Putin. Mr. Odensov handles cases involving religious freedom.
The majority of those who come to us are Protestants. What are the most common problems they face? Registration, re-registration, problems with property illegally taken away, problems with construction of church buildings, problems with renovations, problems with priests coming from abroad, problems with law enforcement, usually with the police. Problems, 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 and more problems.
As in much of Russia, the economy of Stary Oskol has surged under President Putin. 225,000 people live here, but only 2,000 are Protestants. The Orthodox Church is especially powerful in this region, and the restrictions on Protestants are especially severe. Vladimir Pakhomov is a Methodist minister. Recently, some of his parishioners received visits from the FSB, the successor to the KGB.
He says to her, I have the power of the authorities. I know the situation, that Protestantism is facing tough times. There's the Russian Orthodox Church. There are many of them. Go to any of them and pray there. Why do you need to go to such dubious organizations that scare everyone here?
Later, in March, the city closed the church down. Now it holds services only in apartments. The city's Seventh-day Adventist church was evicted from its meeting hall by police. Now, like the Methodists, they also pray in a private home. so do the city's Lutherans. The Lutheran minister fled the city because he feared for his life. Now he has returned, but keeps a low profile. Local leaders deny discriminating against Protestants.
We have to create all conditions so that we do not infringe upon their right in any way to their religion and their freedom of conscience.
Like many officials, Mr. Romashin refers to Protestant churches by using the derogatory word sect. And as for Mr. Pakhomov's Methodist Church, Mr. Romashin says it was closed down because it was a front for an unspecified business.
It's not a religion. It means doing some kind of business under the cover of a religion.
What business are you talking about? Business has nothing to do with it. I'm not a businessman.
Mr. Pakhomov lost his appeal in court. After suffering severely under communism, the Russian Orthodox Church has become hugely influential. More than 70% of Russians identify with it. Only 1% of Russians are Protestants. Nearly all the babies in this region were baptized in Orthodox churches. In regional public schools, all children are required to take an Orthodox religious course. The regional government has also enacted a law restricting missionaries and Protestant proselytizing.
The majority of them are born, well, I must apologize, but I will tell you the truth, from Western money.
Whatever the cause, the image of the Protestant faith has already been harmed.
I'm very far removed from them. I understand these are sects, and as an Orthodox believer, I'm against the sects. They simply want to be oppressed and persecuted.
The atmosphere that the country is Russian Orthodox and the rest of us are alien, that is pressure itself. On everyone. Pressure on any sensible person, on any free person. If the country has chosen a way of democracy, why don't you demonstrate democracy?